What if you had 1,000 videos up, right? 1,000 videos uploaded. What if each of those videos made $1 a day? So you got 1,000 videos up on your YouTube channel, right? Each of those videos made $1 a day. Just one little measly dollar. $1 a video a day. 1,000. That's $1,000 a day.
Hold on for a minute, let me count mine. You know. Ask me what I'm doing, just grinding. Haters wanna hate, let them hate, never mind them. Be more bins, tryna reach the next plateau. And I can't stop till I achieve my goals. Keep a couple feeds inside the photos, so official with the vibe, you can pick up my zone. Hold on for a minute, let me count mine. You know.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Damian Cryer, and I am back with another freaking video. If you guys have not subscribed to the Cryer family, all you have to do is turn that bell on to subscribe to the channel. But being subscribed to the channel only means you are subscribed. In order to get notifications every time I upload a video in the Cryer family, you must turn on that bell with the vibrating symbol. That way, every time I upload a video in the Cryer family, you will get the notifications. Also, guys, we are back doing post notification shout outs at the end of every video. So don't forget to be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment so you don't miss your chance to be shouted out. I recently shouted out a YouTube channel, family channel, that was really appreciative. Hit me up on IG and they actually seen the benefit of a post notification shout out. So don't forget, man, you must leave a comment, especially if you have a YouTube channel or you want to just hear your name shouted out in one of the Cryer family videos. So I am in my ugly green kitchen, as everyone calls it. And I'm going to do another cooking video for you guys. This is going to be a very simple cooking video. I'm actually going to be cooking bacon cheeseburgers with jalapenos on it today, which is a very easy cooking video to do. A lot of people will be like, Mr. Cryer, can you please do a video on how to cook hamburgers? Which, in my opinion, I used to think, well, that's something easy. Nobody needs me to do a video like that. But apparently people are still asking me to do cooking hamburger videos. So I went ahead earlier today. I took some ground patties out the freezer that I had bought from HEB a while back. They were frozen, so I have 4 patties, and even though it's just me, I'm gonna cook all 4 of them and show you guys how I get down in the kitchen with my burger. So the first thing I'm gonna do is remove these little white tablets off of them because I don't really need them. Get rid of those, just set those to the side for now. I'm gonna be using regular salt and regular seasoning salt. I'm sorry. I'm going to be using regular seasoning salt and regular black pepper. I'm going to go ahead and set them in my pan on the stove that's already hot right now. And I'm actually going to season them while they're actually in the process of cooking. I actually have my stove set to 7. I do have an electric stove, so I can't stand cooking with gas stoves because if you turn it up too high, it's too high. If you turn it too low, it's too low. And especially when you turn it up too high, you got to turn every fan on in the house because the kitchen gets to smoking. So I'm gonna set these all on here like that. And I'm gonna leave just a little bit room because as these burgers actually cook, they're gonna start shrinking up a little bit. As you know, when you start cooking a hamburger patty, they normally start off like that big. And then once they start to brown and cook, they start to kind of shrivel up a little bit. And the reason why I'm gonna save a little bit of room is because, well, I'm gonna season these first and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do and why I'm doing this. I'm gonna go ahead and season them. And the reason why I've waited to put them on here, because I find that if I put the seasoning on the ground meat before I actually put it on the grill, I'm thinking about barbecuing. The reason I season my ground meat before I actually, after I put it inside of the hot pan is because I find that the seasoning sticks a lot better after you do that. So I have seasoning salt on there. Now I'm going to be using black pepper. Go ahead and lay it out. Back in Indiana, we had this place, well, we still have it. It's called Power's Hamburgers. And the unique thing about Power Hamburgers is they use a lot of onions. So I'm gonna be trying to do something similar to what they do back home. So I went ahead and took the time before I started the video and I cut up a whole entire sweet onion I didn't dice it up. I made like little circle onion rings out of them. And what I'm gonna do, and by the way, I already rinsed everything off too, guys, is now that these are starting to cook and brown, I'm gonna go ahead and start, I meant to grab the spatula. I got my spatula. So while these are browning, I'm gonna go ahead and make a little bit room now for these onions, and I'm gonna let these onions cook with these hamburgers. That way they'll get done around the same time. So a lot of people don't understand what the term and meaning of sauteed onions is. This is what the meaning of sauteed onions is. Being that hamburger ground beef makes its own oil and it creates its own oil, I'm gonna use the oil from the ground beef instead of draining it off and put the onions right on top of the oil and let it all cook together like that. So now that they're starting to cook really good, I'm gonna go ahead and just turn them as if they were on the grill. And I'm gonna take these onions, they're not sauteed yet, I'm gonna set them right in the middle, guys. I'm gonna put the whole thing on there. So that way when these burgers get done, it's gonna look like the onions are spilling over the side of the burgers, of the ground beef. The sauteed onions is gonna give that extra added flavor to them. I wanna get every onion in there. One thing about me, guys, is you guys know who watch a lot of my videos, especially my mukbangs, you guys know I go crazy over corn on the cob, I love it. But another thing that I love to eat when I'm frying meats, or bacon meats, or grilling meats, I love sauteed onions. I never get enough of those. So I'm gonna set this here for now. Now, I said earlier that it was gonna be bacon. I went ahead before I even cooked the ground beef, cut the onions up, and I went ahead and fried 4 strips of bacon. I'm gonna show you those right here. Those are all ready for the burger. I kind of got them covered up right here. I have 4 little strips of bacon. These are actually the thick strips of bacon. So good, I love bacon. So I went ahead and got that already prepped. And it was pretty much the same as the sauteed onions. I went ahead and prepped some things before I actually started the video, so that way it wouldn't be as hard while I'm actually doing the video for you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and flip these burgers over. Now you notice I season one side of the burgers first. Now I'm gonna season the other side of the burgers, but I'm not gonna put as much seasoning on the burgers. Because I kind of went crazy with the first side of seasoning. And if you want, feel free to season your onions too while they're in there. It's not gonna hurt. Just don't over season your meat because high blood pressure is definitely real. They say burgers are the most simplest thing in the world to cook, but if you think about it, you have to really be creative, especially if like you cooking for somebody else, a family member, a loved one who has high cholesterol. Like some people like their burgers cooked well done, but then you have some people who like their burgers cooked medium well. You have some people who like their burgers cooked medium rare. I've actually worked in restaurants, and I've actually worked in restaurants years ago as I was coming up, where I actually had people order burgers and they wanted it just seared. Basically, they wanted it red and bloody in the middle. Basically, it was like a few seconds on one side, a few seconds on the other side, and that's it. That's it. So when I put the burger on the bun, it was literally bleeding. The blood soaked up the bun. But that's how some people prefer to eat their ground meat. So that's just not my thing. I can never get down like that. But anyway, I got these burgers right here cooking right now. I got this jalapenos that's gonna go on the burgers after they're done. So basically what I'm gonna do is, I have these slices of cheese. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cheese slices. I'm gonna actually put one on top of the burger once it's done with the onions. And then I'm gonna sprinkle the jalapenos on top. And I'm gonna add another slice of cheese with the bacon and lettuce. And this is gonna be a bomb hamburger. And I'm actually gonna do the eating part of this video for you guys as well. Okay guys, I wanna show you guys exactly how I'm gonna do this. So I went ahead and flipped the burgers over once while the camera was off. And what I did was when I flipped them over, I went ahead and put them on top of the onions. That way, the weight of the meat will go ahead along with the oil, the grease that's coming from the fattening of the burger to push the onions down. So that way the onions can go ahead and start sauteing. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and flip them over again. You only have to really flip a burger a couple of times before it actually reaches its full potential of being fully cooked. Again, you have some people who prefer their burgers not all the way well done. I just happen to be one of those guys. Now, when it comes to steak, if I'm out eating steak or something, I always want my steak cooked medium well. I will not eat a steak that's well done. I'm not saying I would never eat a steak that's well done, but I try to make sure that my steak is medium well, because steak is a little bit different than ground beef. If ground beef is too well done, the meat is still soft. It still tears fairly easy. But as a steak, if a steak is too well done, cooked too hard, it actually makes the steak more tough. I'm making a little mess here, so please excuse me. I'm trying to do is separate the onions now from the meat, because the onions are actually brown. And you don't want them to get too burnt because they won't be as good on the burger. Spread those back out like that. And we're just almost there, guys. So, we are just about done with the burgers. So got some onions stuck on the stove. Oh yes, they are so freaking good too. So, again guys, burgers are one of the most easiest things that's really, really easy to cook. It doesn't take a long time to actually cook your burgers. Now, if you're making something like French fries with hamburgers or onion rings or tater tots, that takes a little bit longer because you have that extra side order to go with it. But again, it's just me. So I'm gonna probably, even though I got 4 burger patties on, I'm probably gonna end up preparing maybe 2, maybe 3 burgers for you guys for like an eating video for you guys after it's done. But we only have like a few minutes left on these burgers, and it's really easy to tell if they're done on the inside. You can take your spatula or your fork, whatever that you're using to actually flip the burger, and just take your spatula and just kind of make a small little split, and you can tell that this burger is just about done. It's not fully done, but it's on the verge of being done. So what I would probably do now with the onions, I will probably take these sauteed onions out and set them in a separate little container so they don't overcook. Because if they overcook, then they won't be as good on the burger. Also, I forgot to tell you guys, I got these bread and butter chip pickles, slices that I'm gonna be actually putting on the burger too. When I eat my burgers, I like to eat them on the burgers. A lot of times, I like to take them off my burgers and eat them separate. I don't know why, it's like pizza. Sometimes when I eat pizza, I would take some of the meat off and eat the pizza first, the crust, everything, and then I'll go back in and eat the meat last. It's just an old habit, it's hard to break. So yeah, so we're gonna do the pickles, the jalapenos, we got ketchup. I love mustard, and I'm probably not gonna use a whole lot of mustard, but I will use just a little bit to give my burger that extra added flavor. But again, like I said, this is one of the easiest meals that you can prepare at home, like for lunch, dinner. Hell, some people even eat burgers for breakfast. You guys know people do eat breakfast for dinner. I don't know about you guys, but there's been multiple occasions where I actually would eat pancakes, eggs, sausage, and bacon for dinner, where you can eat it for lunch. Breakfast is one of those foods that you can eat actually any time of the day, thanks to IHOP. IHOP convinced us all and made us all true believers that you can eat breakfast any time of the day, and guess what? Most of us really do. So again, these burgers, I'm gonna flip them one more time. I said that earlier, but one of them still had like not a lot, but it still had like a little pinkness in the middle. So I'll go ahead and flip these one more time while I clean up my mess. And then we're gonna start preparing the burgers on the bun, and we're gonna get it in. So, one of the first things I'm gonna do before I actually turn the camera off, guys, I'm actually gonna bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see exactly how I do this, because this is very important. You guys wanna make these at home. I'm gonna turn it so you guys can see it. Oh, I'm really dark, guys. I'm sorry I'm so dark. My lighting is not, bring the light a little bit closer for you guys. Maybe that'll help. Okay, cool, that's a little bit better. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some onions right now and put onions on each burger, just like that. I got onions on that one. Actually, I'm gonna put onions on 2 of the burgers that I'm gonna actually eat for the video. No matter, when you go to a restaurant, no matter how much you tell them how you want your burger, they never seem to get it exactly the way that you want it. So I got the onions on top of 2 burgers, okay? You guys follow me? I'm gonna get a plastic fork here. I got myself a plastic fork. Open these jalapenos up. I'm gonna take and put some of these jalapenos on top of the burger. You can use hot jalapeno peppers, mild, it doesn't matter. A lot of restaurants that you go to nowadays, especially like Whataburger, you can actually order your burger with jalapenos on it. And they seem to be a pretty popular thing out here in the Texas area. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and do the bacon. I'm gonna take each strip of bacon and break it down. I actually have enough bacon for 4 burgers, but we're gonna wanna use 2 strips of bacon for 2 burgers. We're gonna save the rest of the bacon. Who knows? I may just make like bacon and eggs in the morning. Or who knows, maybe even later on the night, and I'll at least have 2 extra strips of bacon already prepared to go. Now, we're gonna go over. I hope you guys can still see because I'm kind of moving all over the place because this is just about down to the finishing touches. I'm gonna take a slice of American cheese and put it on top of the bacon, which has the onions up under it, the jalapenos up under it, and everything. So this is gonna be the freaking bomb. Now I'm not gonna toast my hamburger buns today. I'm gonna, I got the ones with like the little poppy seeds on them, but I'm not gonna toast those today. I'm gonna just like prepare those and eat them as they are. So I'm finna ready to go ahead and make my plate. When I turn the camera back on, we'll be ready to sit down and do a little mukbang for you guys. So I'm gonna see you guys very shortly. Okay guys, so this is the eating test of my bacon, cheese, jalapeno with sauteed onion burgers, man. I've been waiting all day to smash this up, man. But before I get into this, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say my grace. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat both of them. I am hungry, but when y'all see how much stuff is loaded on these hamburgers, you guys will understand. Thank you, Lord, for this food I'm about to receive, Lord. Thank you for my blessings, Lord. Thank you for my strength, Lord. Thank you for the health and strength of all of my children, my loved ones, my family, my friends. I even pray for the people, Lord, who just don't like me. I pray for all of this in the name of Jesus. Amen. So guys, check this out. Look at that. Everything. Who needs to go to Whataburger? Or what's the other restaurant? Jack in the Box, where you can just do it yourself. So I got everything on here. The last thing I put on here was ketchup. So, Fire. Fire. These burgers, well, this one is actually a little pink in the middle, which I don't really mind a little bit pinkness, as long as it's not too much pink, or it's actually bleeding. One of the easiest things that you can make. And a lot of people will put off doing a video like this as far as how to make hamburgers because they feel like everybody want to learn how to cook something exotic, which I know I do. But sometimes doing videos like this, you're actually teaching people who don't even know how to cook, who has to start from scratch. Even me right now, I'm still learning how to do certain things. I said in multiple videos because so many people have sent me like different video suggestions to do. How many times have you guys heard me say, I want to try to cook lasagna for the first time. And I still have not did it yet. But sometimes it's the little simple things like this right here. Or you can do a video like how to make chili dog. Show them how you chop your onions up, your peppers, your cheese, and mix your chili and everything. I think that that would be dope. And that's something I was thinking about doing, like something real basic. Like how to make chili dogs. So I want to talk to you guys about my very first time getting on camera. Because I've had people DM me before and they would tell me, Damien, I want to do YouTube so bad, but I'm shy. I'm scared of the camera. Truth of the matter is, every single one of us YouTubers, there is not one of us YouTubers who started off doing YouTube who was not camera shy at first. I remember when I posted my first video, I was gonna do like what a lot of the T channels do. And when I say T channels, I don't mean that in a bad way, because there's some T channels out there that I actually do enjoy watching. And I don't mean like, you got some people who just enjoy watching the channels that's not bashing them, and all of a sudden that's their buddies. But no, I actually enjoy watching a lot of the T channels because you get like the inside theory on how certain people feel about you, or what they might have seen that you didn't see, or something that they might have thought of something that you were doing that you weren't doing, but it just appeared that it was that way. But I was gonna do, when I first did my very first video, I was gonna do like the T channels do. You know, like, you got some real big T channels out there, real popular too. They will talk, but you'll never see their face. That was gonna be my first YouTube video because I was scared to show my face. I didn't want people being like, to be like, oh, this old man, this and that. Which some people still do that right now today. But it doesn't bother me as much because I'm already broke in. I'm like, I'm old school to the YouTube community, so not too much bothers me. But I used to be so scared to show my face. I used to be scared what people was gonna say about me, how I looked. I was gonna be judged. And people have always told me throughout my whole life, I said, Mr. Cryer, you have a very, very nice voice. Some people even said you have a very sexy voice. So I was just gonna do my kind of like commentator or YouTube channel without showing my face and just use my voice. But to my surprise, you know, I didn't get as much as hate as I thought I would. Some people don't show their face because, I guess, I don't know. I never really knew why people make videos without showing their face. And I think it's one of the things is, I don't think it's because they're scared to. I think it's because they may have certain professional jobs that's in a professional, you know, field where they really don't want to be showing their face. Like in law enforcement, I don't think that people in law enforcement could actually be on YouTube like that. I could be wrong because I've seen a lot of videos with cops in the video. You know, not actually being like the host of the video, but I've seen officers in videos where it's like they were arresting people or and stuff like that, where they knew that camera was on when they walked up to someone's car to ask for their license or whatever. But now it's really easy for me to get on camera and show my face because I don't really care what nobody thinks of me. I mean, I do to a certain extent, but not always. So I think that's a fear of a lot of YouTubers, people who want to be YouTubers. They scared of what people might say about them. I know some people won't get on camera unless their nails are done, hair done, lashes done. I don't know. Everybody's not the same. I'm one, I won't get on YouTube without having like a fresh haircut. I have to make sure that I'm shaved and everything. But I got over my worst fear, which was like showing my face and scared that people was gonna judge me. Now, the worst fearful thing about people who are signing up for YouTube, people who are doing YouTube, want to do YouTube, one of the biggest things that I see now, that's a lot of people's fear from doing YouTube, is they're afraid someone's going to recognize them. And their past may come back on them. Like me, for instance, when I started doing YouTube, I didn't want to tell people, hey, I got shot. I don't want people to know that. I definitely did not want the family members who joined the Crier family to know that I've been in prison. I didn't want the people who joined the Crier family to know that I'd never met my dad. I didn't want them to know that stuff, because I figured that they would judge me like, I'm not going to watch this guy. Turns out I was wrong. I ended up getting over my fear of doing content, and I just started doing content. You know, so if you're one of those people and you're in that category right there where you have a fear that people are going to judge you based off of how you look or what your voice sound like, or you may have freckles or you may have a mole on your face, you feel embarrassed of it, man, don't be embarrassed of the beautiness that God blessed you with. Turn that camera on and do your thing. Because the truth of the matter is, we do need new content creators, people that's gonna bring something new to the table. You know, that's just facts. There was something else. There was a lot of people concerned about doing YouTube videos. Oh, a lot of people's fear doing YouTube videos. Get away from me, fly. Go back in there where you belong. You ain't gonna fly. I'm gonna say this. When I started off doing YouTube, I never wanted to do like regular videos, like what I'm doing now, because I was definitely scared of this. But one of my biggest things was I wanted to do reaction videos. I used to do them from my phone, from like my Android phone when I had an Android phone. This was years ago. When I found this app on there, I can do reactions on. It was called, what's the name of that thing? Duo, I know it was DUO something. DUO screen recorder. Those of you who have Android phones, I just gave you guys a huge tip that y'all don't know about. You can actually download dual screen recorder from your phone, from your Android phone. And it already has the reaction box to it, and it matches everything up for you. It's just that the reaction box is only about that big. That's the only downside to it. But it actually works. So I wanted to do reactions, but I never knew what to react to because you can get a lot of ID claims on reactions, which means when you get an ID claim, you don't get paid for reactions. You get the views, you get the subscribers. So I said to myself, you know what? When I first started, I wasn't making no money in no way. I wasn't monetized. So I was like, ID claim, who cares? Because I thought an ID claim was the same as a YouTube strike, but it's not. I'm going to tell you guys the difference. An ID claim only means that a person's video that you might have reacted to, they might be with the network. Which means when you react to their videos, that individual didn't send you an ID claim. Their network sent you an ID claim because they pay a network to protect them. Obviously, I think a lot of YouTubers should do that. Now, and that's what made me want to stop doing reactions, because you didn't know, like some people you can do reaction videos to and you're just fine. You don't get an ID claim and you still get paid for that video. Some people you do reactions to, you get automatic ID claim. And that runs a lot of people off of YouTube like, dang, I got to go in a whole different direction. No, it says even though that it's ID claim, that it will not affect your channel. Now, a strike. I'm going to tell you guys the difference. Now, a YouTube strike, I'm going to give you guys a prime example. Because a lot of people are still confused about that. I can't eat any more of this, guys. I am full. A lot of people are still confused about how a strike works. Say for instance, if you are doing a YouTube video, right? And you're like, okay, say like you're just like a regular content creator and you do commentary on people, okay? If you're just doing commentary on people, basically, okay, I like doing reactions and commentator on the Crier family. He drops a lot of videos, he does some really crazy stuff. So I'm gonna do a commentator on that. How you can get a strike is, if you took the person's channel art, I pay for my thumbnails. I don't make my thumbnails. When it comes back to me, and then I pay for it. If you took my whole thumbnail and you just used it in your video about me, you can get a strike for that because you didn't get my permission to use my channel art. Now, if you take a thumbnail of mine that I created and paid for, it means I own that. I own it. It's like if I made a song, I actually own that song. You can't just take my song and do whatever you want with it. No, it's my song. Now, if you take a person's thumbnail and you modify it a little bit, like put your own little touch to it, that's one thing. But if you just take a person's whole entire thumbnail and add it to your platform to a video, you could potentially get a strike. Not always. Nobody's really gonna do that. Now, if you're making videos about me, and let's just say you're going in on me bad, just going in on me, like dogging me out every video. But your video is dogging me out. You got my name in the title of the video. You got my name in your tags. You got my name in the description box of the video. And then you take my thumbnail and use it to talk about me. That's an automatic strike. I could actually have a strike issue. I've done it before. But it's not something that I was happy to do in the first place because it's something I didn't want to do. So I'm just trying to tell you guys the difference between like an ID claim and a copyright strike. It's like if somebody makes a song, right? And you take that person's song and just say, for instance, you download that song without that person's permission. And that person have paid tens of thousands of dollars for the people who filmed it, the people who edited it, broke it down, and they paid $10,000 for this 2-minute song, 2.5-minute song. And you took it and just downloaded it to your platform without permission and uploaded it on your platform without permission. That's called copyright infringement. That's a copyright strike automatically. YouTube will sometimes just do that by themselves without even reaching out to you or sending you an email. There are certain things, so to be successful on YouTube, you have to know the do's and the don'ts. And a lot of people get caught up in doing what they want to do, and it really doesn't work that way. Right now, you cannot go to a YouTube video right now, somebody download one of Beyonce songs right now. If somebody downloaded one of Beyonce songs right now, the whole entire song, and applied it to their platform, that's an automatic ID claim. That's an automatic ID claim. Her network could actually strike your whole channel. because she didn't actually give you permission. I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, Mr. Crier, as a matter of fact, I put a community post up the other day. Someone came into my community post and said, hey, Mr. Crier, you mind if I do a reaction video on you? I'm like, absolutely, go ahead. You know, sometimes that's all that it takes. It's just like asking somebody. It doesn't hurt. Sometimes when a person does send a strike, it's because they're trying to send a message saying, hey, you need to really chill out, you know. And sometimes that's what that's about. But as you know, you get 3 strikes on this platform, it's over with. A lot of people think that you can just go create a whole new channel. Nope, that's not always true. That's not always true. You might get it to one of your kids' name, but the rules of YouTube is you gotta be 18 years old, and you gotta provide your social and stuff, and they're gonna know that that's a kid. So all I'm saying is just like, there's a lot of like fears that people have as far as doing YouTube. So I'm actually giving some of you guys some really good tips, some really good advice on how to start a YouTube channel and not have to worry about like getting strikes and stuff like that. Now, as far as ID claims, there's not much that you can do when it comes to an ID claim. If you react to one of my videos, 9 times out of 10, you won't get an ID claim. You will not get, and you'll still get paid for the video. Because I don't mind people doing reactions on me at all. What I don't like and appreciate is if somebody's doing a reaction on me and they're literally just bashing me. Now, when somebody says, when they're doing a video about me, well, I don't like Damien, I can't stand him, I don't consider that as them bashing me. I don't consider that as bashing me. Somebody's doing a reaction video or commentator video on me and they're saying how they feel about me. I don't take that personal as if they're bashing, because what they're doing is giving their commentator on me in a video that I did. And I don't mind people's opinions of me, because me, for one, I know that I'm not a perfect person. I know I made a lot of mistakes. And when we put stuff out there, we put stuff out there that's gonna be out there forever. People have a right to talk about it. They have a right to talk about it. So I don't mind when people do reaction videos on me or a commentator. Again, what I will not tolerate from anyone is the disrespect, you know, going in on me and then stealing my channel art and then using my thumbnails and stuff to bash me. It's like, wait a minute now. Do these people know that something can be done about that? Or are they just blind? Are they just blind? Like, what you can do, you can lose your whole channel. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not trying to lose my channel. But I hear people always say, well, I should start all over. Why? When you don't have to. You don't have to start over. Just do your platform the way it's supposed to be done. I do reaction videos all the time. You know, I get my commentator at the end of the video. Like today, I did my reaction to 6ix9ine video, his new song. And at the end, I gave my commentator, told him keep going. I think he's awesome. His music is really good. It has you hyped up. You know, your reaction commentator don't have to be dogging people to bash people just to get a few hundred views. Because if you consistent in uploading and people like you and they subscribe to your channel, you're gonna get views no matter what. People are gonna view your videos no matter what. You don't have to bash people just to get views. But that was one of my worst fears, is not knowing how ID claims work versus community guideline strikes versus copyright infringement strikes and stuff like that. Now, I've never had a strike in my life. I've been on here almost 6 years. I've never had a strike because I know how to do things the right way. So that used to be one of my fears, and it took me a while to get where I'm at right now. Do I get the views that I want to get on every video? Hell no. But do I throw the towel in? No, because I have so much content up on my channel. It doesn't matter if I don't drop a video for a week or 3 weeks or a month. I have so much content uploaded that it doesn't matter. The numbers are still going to be the same no matter what. And that's why I try to encourage people to try to upload as much content as you can. Don't matter if you get 500 views on the video, the next video you might get 5,000. At the end of the day, when you got a lot of inventory, it all adds up. Think about it like this. What if you had, and this is a serious breakdown, and this should motivate some people to really want to get the bag. What if you had 1,000 videos up, right? 1,000 videos uploaded. What if each of those videos made $1 a day? So you got 1,000 videos up on your YouTube channel, right? Each of those videos made $1 a day. Just one little measly dollar. $1 a video a day, 1,000. That's $1,000 a day. Times that $1,000 a day by 30 days. $30,000 for the month. What if you had 1,000 videos up on your channel and you made $2 a day off of each video? That may not sound like a lot to you guys. If you made $2 a day off of each video, $2,000 a day, that's $60,000 a month. That's why I be trying to encourage people, man. You're not gonna get anywhere by trying to bring the next person down. All you got to do is keep bringing bangers, man. Keep uploading, upload. That's the whole secret to YouTube, man. But anyway, I'm finna get ready to do my post notification shout out, man. So I can get ready to end off this video. And I hope that you guys did enjoy the cooking part of it. And I hope that you guys appreciated this information I just gave you. Because a lot of people ain't gonna just give y'all this information like that, man. You know, anyway, today's first post notification shout out goes to Amber Roseman. Congratulations, Amber Roseman. You are today's first post notification shout out on the Crier family. And number 2 goes to Brittany Shelton. Gang. Congratulations, Brittany Shelton. You are today's number 2 post notification shout out on the Crier family. And remember, guys, all you gotta do when we get that post notification shout out on the Crier family is be subscribed, turn that bell on, and obviously you must leave a comment. But I love you guys. Until next time, I'm Damian Crier, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.